These Valentine Day cards look complicated, but I promise they're not. I'm using foiling and reverse foiling to create shine, texture, and dimension with just a few easy steps. Today I'll show you 2 handmade Valentine's Day cards, walking you through foiling, die cutting, heat embossing, and how to use an embossed panel as a grounding element. Let's get started. So let's take a look at the supplies I'll be using today. We're going to be using the Polyglaze foiling sheets by Gina K Designs, and these are the You Have My Heart design, and you'll see how we foil on those later. We're going to be also using the fancy foils from Gina K in Radiant Red and the Deco foil from ThermoWeb. This is a beautiful foil, and it's called Amethyst Watercolor. And you'll see how beautiful that is. I'll get it out of the container here in just a minute. We're also going to be using the white Polyglaze sheets to foil on the negative piece of foil. And we'll also be using some master layouts from Gina K. We're using master layouts 2 and 4. We're going to be using the hearts and the rectangles in those, and I'll show you how to do those later. And for the greeting, I'm using the greeting from the Stately Flowers 6 stamp set, the Happy Valentine's Day stamp. This is an old stamp set. I'm not sure if it's still available. We're going to cut out that greeting with the Hero Arts oval nesting dies because I don't have a coordinating die for that particular stamp. So let's go ahead and start with the foiling. I am taking out a sheet of the Radiant Red, and I'm going to go ahead and cut it down to size to fit my panel of the Polyglaze sheet. I almost forgot what that was. And you can just take an ordinary pair of scissors and cut that foil. Just make sure that you have only one sheet. They're very, very thin, and sometimes it's easy to grab 2 when you only mean to grab 1. So we have that cut down to size, and I am double checking there to make sure I have 1 sheet. And then I'm going to go ahead and get out the Amethyst Watercolor foil. And this is one of my favorite foils because it has like a mottled color of deep purples and lavenders, and it's really, really pretty. I thought it would look really good on those hearts. So going to go ahead and cut a piece for that. And I always save my negative pieces, as you can see there with the sunflower design. We are going to be using the negative pieces today. So putting that foil back in its tube, and I love the way you can store those away. And so I think we're going to go ahead and get, yes, the Gina K Fuse Foiling Machine. And you can use any laminator. I like this one in particular because it has heat settings, and I am bumping it up to heat setting number 3. And that light will turn solid green, as you see there, when it's ready. It only takes a few minutes. And here I'm just taking a lint-free cloth, and I'm dusting over my Polyglaze and the back side of the foil. I want to remove any specks of dust, so there's perfect contact between the foil and the Polyglaze sheet. I'm using a carrier sheet, and mine happens to be just a piece of copy paper because I trashed my carrier sheet by accident. I need to get a new one, but the copy paper will work. I'm just going to go ahead and run that through, and while that's going, I'm preparing my other panel with the Radiant Red. Now, when this came out, I was a little disappointed because it had a crease in it, and I knew it wasn't going to come out very well. So I went ahead and ran through the Radiant Red, and that's going through. And here you'll see the reveal. Sometimes this happens, but you can see that gorgeous shine, but there is a line through it where the Polyglaze did not grab the foil because of the crease. But I can still use the other part of that panel that is smooth and fine. So this one came out a little bit better. Actually a lot better. I ended up making the cards with this sheet and the negative piece, but you can see that gorgeous shine and that beautiful foiling. So that came out really well. I'm happy with that. And then I am going to use the plain Polyglaze sheet, and they're already cut to size, so that piece of foil that I cut will just fit right over that. And I'm showing you here, the Polyglaze has a shiny side, and you can see that sheen right there. That's the correct side. That's the side that you want up. The other side is dull. So make sure you have the shiny side up and your foil with the pretty side up, and then you'll be good to go. So I'm just dusting that off because I was handling it. And I'm going to put that in my carrier sheet and run it through. And you will see the reverse side. So you can see the panel down below is just the a lot of white in the background, and this is just the reverse of that. All that foil just came right off onto the Polyglaze. So I love that. That's why it's really good to save your negative pieces. So we'll end up cutting this out a little bit later, but yes, all that gorgeous shine, and there you can see the difference. So those came out really good. And then I just went ahead and did the negative of the purple just to see what it looked like. And still, that line is not going away, right? So I will save that right side, that piece right there. And you know, I can make a border with it, and I can even die cut out of it. So that will not go to waste. But I'm just marveling at the shine of these foils. They're amazing. If you haven't tried them, give them a try. You will not be disappointed. Okay. So I'm bringing in Master Layouts 4, and I'm focusing on the hearts. And there's a stitched heart and then a plain heart. The plain heart is I'm using that as the shadow layer, and I did cut that out twice out of white cardstock. And I'm going to go ahead and cut these off camera with the stitched heart die. So I'm going to go do that, and then I will come right back and show you the result, which is right here, and pop that out of the die. And you can see that nice stitching around the border on each of these. I really like that. I think it just really adds something. So we'll go ahead and just set those off to the side for now, and I'll save those other pieces. And then we're bringing in Master Layouts 2, and for this I am using the rectangle, and I'm just going to cut out 2 panels, which I have right here, and I'm going to emboss those with the Petite Flourish embossing folder from Gina K Designs. I've had this for quite a while. I use it a lot for wedding cards. I really like it, but I thought it would be really good to emboss those panels and use those kind of as a grounding element for these hearts. So you can see the beautiful pattern it leaves. I love embossing folders. It's a great quick way. You can apply ink to that to even make it stand out more, but I'm going to just leave mine white. And here I'm bringing in the Stately Flowers 6 stamp set, and I'm using that Happy Valentine's Day stamp, and we're going to do some heat embossing. So I'm putting down some anti-static powder, and I'm just inking it up first with the Gina K Black Onyx Premium Dye ink, and I'm stamping that twice just to get a nice crisp color. And then I'm bringing in the Wow embossing pad, and this is the ultra slow embossing ink. Ultra slow drying, I should say, embossing ink. And I love this embossing powder that I'm going to be using from Wow. And you'll see that here. I believe it's the white. No, it's the clear. I'm bringing in the clear, super fine, clear gloss embossing powder. And I really do love working with these powders. You'll see when it heat sets, they leave the most incredibly smooth finish. It's like glass. It's really pretty. I love it. I love the results of these embossing powders. So I'm just putting back the leftover powder into the jar, sealing it up so it doesn't get blown away, and I'm just heat setting it. I like to heat set these sentiments from underneath the cardstock. I just feel like it gives a really smooth finish. You can start underneath and then finish on top. That's fine, but I didn't really feel the need to do it because it just embossed beautifully, and you can see that shine and how smooth it is. It really came out nice. Like I said, I love these powders. They're easy to work with. And then here comes the nesting die. So I really wish I had a coordinating die for this stamp, but I don't. So I'm just using what I have. I just found an oval that fits. It's a little bit, has some white space, but you can always deal with that. You can put embellishments there. But I die cut an extra piece, 2 extra pieces, and I'm just layering them up just to give them a little more depth and dimension. And that's a nice trick. I do that quite often. If you watch my videos, I do that quite a bit. And then I'm bringing in all my pieces here. I have my embossed backgrounds, my hearts, and I'm just kind of organizing and seeing how I want the layout to go. And I'm bringing in some different card bases. Now, usually I do white, but I thought I'll bring some colored cardstock in. And then I did cut out an extra panel to put on the inside, as you saw. And that makes it easier to write the greeting, so you're not writing it on darker colored cardstock. So here I am just going to go ahead and layer the hearts onto their shadow layer. And it just kind of, I know it's kind of a white, it's the white shadow layer on the white embossed background, but that's why I embossed the background, just to give it a little separation. And to me, it works. So I'm just doing the same for both of these right now, just getting that panel down, and then we'll get the heart positioned on it and put the greeting on. And then we might add some embellishments onto the end. We'll see. I do have a trick I'll show you, so stay with me, because there's one thing I'm going to do with one of the greetings that I kind of like. It helps it stand out a little bit. I like to do it, so I'll share that with you here in a minute. So I'm just lining up that heart, making sure it's edge to edge and they fit beautifully. So here I'm using Gina K foam squares. I thought I'm going to pop this greeting up just a little bit. So I put some foam squares on. I'm adding a little bit of Gina K Connect glue, and I will just position that. Now, I could have just used the foam squares. I like to use glue as well, especially when working with the embossing folders with all those ridges and dips. I just feel like it gives it a better, adheres better. And here's the little tip. I'm just taking one of my blending brushes. I picked my red blending brush, whatever ink was on there, and I just went around the edge of that die cut, and it just helps it stand out a little bit, gives it a little bit of separation from the heart. So here I am using just some pearls I bought at Hobby Lobby, I believe that label said, and I cut out a lot as I edited a lot, because sometimes I struggle with putting embellishments on, and I try to avoid them on my live streams because it is such a struggle. But I finally got these positioned and upright and glued down. So I just added some here onto that greeting just to break up the white space a little bit, and then a couple on the bottom. I don't like to overdo the embellishments. I just like to keep it simple. I think sometimes, especially on a clean and simple card like this, less is more. And then I put a few white pearls on this one. So just a subtle little touch right there, and then on the bottom. And I believe that is it. Those are the 2 finished cards. I want to thank you for watching and spending some time with me today. And if you're new here, we'd love to have you become a subscriber. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next video. And until next time, have a great day, everyone.